Hey everyone, it's been a really long time since I've done an Instagram Live. I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why traders should stop trading demo, especially if you're a new trader. And one of the biggest things that I've seen with working with people, I'm going to get into that in a second, but before we get into that, if you don't know what demo mode is, it's basically taking trades inside of the market without actually risking any money. Obviously that sounds really attractive, especially if you're new and don't really feel like you're doing. Full disclaimers here. First, not financial advice, and second, I'm not saying that you should not trade demo whatsoever. It's just that you may be holding yourself back without really realizing it. I actually started with demo. I took 1 to 2 trades back in 2018, but basically I was thinking about this topic actually this past weekend, mainly because I was working with one of my students this past week, and she said, I'm going to get out of demo. Now, this woman is incredibly smart, and I love working with her. So I love when students take action and actually do the things that, I recommend based on my experience. But anyway, so she said that she's going to start demo this week, and I'm pushing her and challenging her to get out of demo mode and do actually a test account, something like $100, and just play around with that account and see if she likes it. And that's actually the way that I started trading seriously, by taking this tiny account, basically an amount I didn't care about, and, just scaled up over time. That's how you do it. First off, you're hurting your progress when you are trading in demo, mainly because it doesn't give you that market experience. And typically, obviously you're not going to make money in demo, you're going to make money from the market. So you won't also get that experience of letting the trade play out. So one of the things I've seen inside a demo with other people, and then also inside of simulated trading, which is totally different, but simulated trading is that you kind of don't get the full feeling. Sometimes you're kind of like, oh, well, this doesn't really matter because it's demo or because it's simulated. And sometimes you don't take it seriously. Not saying that's everybody, but I know sometimes for myself, when I was trading in these different modes, I didn't fully take it seriously. I didn't do my proper analysis because it didn't really matter. So that's another way you could be keeping yourself behind. And then also, people trade, actually, I'll go to that in a second, but basically, like I said, it's easy to get lazy. And then also number 2 is you are feeding into the scarcity mindset. So I noticed this within myself, especially when I was trading simulated trading, but basically people trade demo because they're scared to lose money. That's 100% valid. But the reason why we get into trading in the first place is to actually make money. So we had to actually put some money into the live market and be able to manage our risk and all of those good things in order to get a profit from the market. So staying in your comfort zone will not help you grow in trading. And you probably heard this one saying that says more millionaires are made during a recession than in really good times. And I believe that's because they're taking a calculated risk, and while everybody else is conserving and holding on to their money, they're actually releasing it and putting it inside of the world or their market, whatever that is, housing market, stock market, whatever. And they're able to buy low and sell high because everybody's holding on to their money. I had the actual same mindset back in 2020 March timeframe. So this leads me into my third point. And it doesn't give you that experience to capitalize on bad times. So in 2020, I was working in Maryland, and the job that I had was super cool, but I wanted to take off full time in order to complete my executive MBA program at Yale. And I had some alerts set up on some stocks. And I remember checking my stocks every day. If I'm looking up at my notes, make sure I'm hitting all the points. But I remember checking my stocks every single day. And I remember trying to get my hands on as much money as possible during this particular time, so that way I could put more money into the market. Basically, I put my money into well-known companies, but I also sold stuff on eBay, sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I did career coaching at that time because I'm an engineer, so engineers were looking for jobs, so I was coaching them on the side in addition to my regular job in order to get more money to put inside of the market. And then at that time, my company was offering $7,500 to refer people to the company. So I was like, okay, it's a great company. Let me see who on my network is looking for a new job and let me reach out to them. And that's what I did. And one person met the qualifications, actually got hired. And I remember getting $7,500 extra on top of my paycheck from my company. And I remember looking at my paycheck like 2 times, like, okay, let me make sure that they didn't make a mistake because I don't want to have to pay this back. And, sure enough, it was good. Basically, I just found different ways to make more money. So it's not always about like, oh, my job doesn't pay enough. It's like, well, what's around my house that I could sell? What else could I do in order to get money, obviously legally? So those are the kind of things that I did. So this was March 2020 timeframe. And then March 2021, I was leaving my job because at that point I had acquired over 6 figures that I had that I could cash out and be able to focus on school. And I'm really glad that I did that because that was just such an amazing experience, going to the school and actually participating and not having to rush back to get to work. So all I'm saying is when it comes to demo, you're actually depriving yourself. When you stay on demo too long, you're depriving yourself actually getting better in terms of trading. That's number 1. Number 2, you're feeding into that scarcity mindset of being scared of putting money into the market. You got to risk it in order to make it. At least that's my mindset. And then number 3 is it doesn't give you that experience to capitalize on bad times. Like obviously we don't want bad stuff to happen, but I mean, just the general market, price goes up, price goes down, price goes up, price goes down. So you want to be able to capitalize in those moments when price goes down. And then you can kind of be like, Warren Buffett, where basically he buys low, essentially it sells high, or actually he doesn't really sell at all, but basically he's able to get a good deal. He's not always looking for the cheapest thing, he's looking for the best value thing. So that's actually what you want to actually focus on. That's how I trade, that's how I invest. And basically, these are just some things that have worked for me, and hopefully, this will provide some inspiration for you as you're on your trading journey. And I also post content on YouTube. So this video will be on YouTube eventually at some point, but go ahead and follow me if you're not already following, and I will see you later. Bye.